Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and today I'm going to tell you how to wrap a seashell. This could be for a necklace or an ornament or wherever you'd like it. So right now I'm just kind of inspecting the shell to see where the hole goes. I'm using 20 gauge copper wire, and it is copper colored, and it will kind of darken and age over time, which that's good. That's what I want. And I'm going to work off the spool. So I'm just getting it out and straighten it up here. And then I'm going to be using bent nose pliers, round nose pliers, and some wire cutters. So make sure this is all straight, and I'm just going to feed the wire into the hole. And it's got shells and stuff in there, which is fine. Whenever you're looking for shells on the beach, you do want to make sure there's not a live animal in there. It's very important. If there's a live creature, put it back. So now I'm just feeding the wire through the shell, and then I'm going to just wrap it up and clip it so it's even there. And I left quite a bit because I'm going to twist these two wires together so they're one wire. And I may put a bead on here. I got to look through a stash of beads that I have. And then I need enough to be able to wire a loop and kind of make a big wrap at the top. So now I'm looking for some big hole beads. These crystals are cool, but the holes are just too small. So I'm going to dig around in here. Some of these are going to probably be too big or the wrong shape, but I got quite a few beads to go through. So let's see what I come up with. Okay, this is kind of a fun bead, this little duck. I don't know if it'll look good, and honestly, the hole's too small, so oh well. So I like the color of this bead, but I think it's a little too big. Let's see, what do we have here? Most of these I think are going to be too big, and that hole's too small, and this one's going to be too big. It would be really pretty if it was a little smaller. I actually think I have a necklace that I made with a bead similar to that. I have a video about that. If I can find it, I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video. Now, I really like this bead. This is really pretty, but I think it's too big. So we're striking out here. I'm going to have to think of maybe plan B. I got some more beads to go through. So continue to go through these. It seems that in this stash, either the beads are too big or the hole is too small. This one's not too bad, but it's still not the right one. Okay, none of these. Let me put these away and we'll go through the other stash that I have. Now I kind of like this red bead, but I still don't think it's the right one. Painter number 2. Look at this. That's like that other bead, except it's smaller. Oh, you know what? I think we found our bead. Those other beads are too big for sure, or not the right shape or size or whatever. But this one, this is the one we're going to use. See the difference in the size? Smaller one definitely works better. I want to have a look-see at these though. You know what? I see a video coming up using these. Aren't they fun? All right. Now I'm using my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to wrap a loop. I want a fairly good size loop, and I'm just going to wrap that all around, and I need to tuck the ends in. We do not want any of these poking out to poke or scratch us, or, you know, if it's a long necklace, it could get caught on your clothes. If you're wearing lace or t-shirt or whatever, you don't want it damaging your clothes. So I'm just using these bent nose pliers to tuck them in. By the way, if you hear any noise in the background, it's music. My nephew is practicing his guitar, and it's kind of loud. Sorry about that. So I was having a little bit of a difficult time with those bent nose pliers, so I got out my regular flat nose pliers, and these are working much better. Sometimes when you're working on stuff, bent nose pliers are better, and sometimes you need needle nose pliers, sometimes you need flat nose pliers. It's good to have different kinds of pliers. Also, I think I'm going to trim some of this because I'm just having a really difficult time finding a place to tuck those in. So just trim them off a little bit, and I think I'll be able to find a place to tuck them in better. I got them all tucked in. I'm just kind of inspecting it a little bit. I'm still not 100% pleased with the top there. I don't like that loop. I like the messy look, but this is too messy for me. So let me see if I can tuck some of this in. What to do? All right, I decided I'm going to make some more wraps up there. So I'm just going to take some of my wire, still working on the skein there of wire. I'm just going to wrap a couple of times around, clip it off, and again, tuck those ends in. Yeah, I definitely am liking this much better. So let's get that in tucked in there. Straighten it out a little bit. Yeah. Looks a lot better. Now this right here, I could leave it straight, but I'm going to kind of bend it a little bit. And I think later on I'm going to take like a little file, and I'm going to file it up and down and kind of distress it a little bit more. I want this to look distressed. I mean, it is a seashell. It has been tumbled many, many years in the ocean. So I want the whole thing to look distressed. There we go. It's all ready to make into a piece. I think I'm going to actually make it into a necklace. I'll have to look at some of my cording and see what I want to do. But I'm pleased with the way it turned out. Thanks for joining me, and stay tuned because I will be doing another video on how I actually put this into a necklace. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.